What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Anno 2205. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today. I just woke up like 5 minutes ago. Like, no joke. I rolled out of bed. I was like, "Ah!" And my computer chair was like, no! And it tried to catch me, and then I ate some mini wheats, which is pretty awesome because you got to get your fiber in. I mean, that's a big part of your life once you start to... It's dumb. I hate it. I always tell people that's exactly how you know you're old, is that you start giving a shit about dumb stuff like fiber.
I have this warehouse here. We could do some...
You're not going to finish your sentence? That's cool, whatever, don't finish your sentence. I don't really feel like I wanted to talk to you anyways right now, so it's all good. That's perfectly fine. My corporate life is very busy. Very busy, and I don't need this right now. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. Okay, so now we're in. So what it wants me to do is it wants me to...
Set up your new location wherever you want. All of the islands are suitable.
Really? Wherever I want? Like, exactly wherever I want. Because I want it to be out here in the ocean, so that's... Maybe I want my base to be on top of this. Why is our logo orange now? I don't remember the requisition form coming through saying, what are those right there? Those robots? Dude, they're having a chainsaw fight. Look, they bowed to each other and now they're getting ready to deal with each other like, whoa, I will show you my Shaolin chainsaw style.
Colleagues are kind of giving you the cold shoulder. Philly Jorgensen, nice to meet you. I run a trading post here, but business, yeah, just consider dropping by, okay? Please.
All right, then. Your astounding level of confidence inspires me to come hang out with you in a little while. I'm not really seeing, so I'm looking around. I just want to make sure that it's got the proper accoutrement that I wanted the area to have. I don't know why I like saying that word. I do it in real life, too. You can ask any member. John Rafferty, I swear to God, not right now, John Rafferty. That's what happens to John Ralphio after he grows up. He becomes John Rafferty. And then he just, like, sits around all day being like, me boats. This place, oh, I thought it had a lagoon for a second. I was like, that's pretty sweet. Gotta get my lagoons. Those are just the homies that hang out next to the lagoon. That's all that it is. Riding with my lagoons. Well, I don't really care about... I mean, there's a base spot right there, but that seems like a really bad plan. I kind of like this one right here. There's a lot of edge spaces that I think we'll be able to make use of. I mean, like, damn, there's a lot. There's only one mineral source right there. And obviously, we got to get our minerals. There's another one right there. So there's two quarries on that island. This island over here, there's a couple of different mountainous quarries. But this island has very little... Well, maybe not, actually. You kind of just have to build in a different direction, I guess. It has what looks like 3 quarries, and then it has maybe 5 or 6 ocean spots. I think we're going to be trying to export fish or something like that. This guy over here... looks like it's probably the place you want to go if you wanted to set up some aquatic. Actually, this one looks really good over here. I'll probably go with this one. All right, right out with the boat. Let's sail. It is time for us to be a super awesome rich guy on a boat, doing whatever we desire, spending our money on cool shit like gold-plated Roombas that are just going to bump it all off against the walls anyways and being like, oh, look, there's scuffs of gold on my walls. Ha, 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 ha. God, it's good to be a rich CEO.
If you build a distribution center here, I can officially sign the island over to you.
That's all that it takes? Oh, it takes 50,000 credits? Oh, I need to make more money. I need to make more money. This is wacky. I'll be right back. So we're back in Wallbrook right now. And the goal is to make more money so that when the cowboys come along and shoot me, I can be like, bury me with my money. Hey, we got some biopolymers right there. So anyways, we need to make this area more profitable because apparently, I had no idea, but this area is propping up the other area that we're in. And so I figured that was probably how it worked, but I hadn't really like locked in on it just yet. Let's put in some houses like right here. Yeah, it sounds dope. How is this going to line up right here?
Attention. Under provision of specific consumer goods detected.
I mean, works for me. I'm going to go with streets now. And then we'll go, BWAM! What did it say that I needed? What was I out of? I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. When AIs talk, I tended to zone out. So what are we underutilizing right now? In order to get our power thing, we got to do 500 power usage out here. So I assume we probably need something. God, the volume's up too loud. I can always tell because when I'm recording, I feel like I'm shouting all the time. And then I realize that my headphones are just turned up really, really loud. And I'm just like, I don't know what we're doing here, but it is so loud. So let's say that I start from right here. What gangster ass shiz can I do? I'm going to put those in. And then I'm going to put those in. Do those affect my power? I don't think that they do. And then I'm going to take this street right here. Yeah, there it is. And I'm going to drop that on that side. Is that the proper spacing? Oh, it's not the proper spacing. That's deeply upsetting. Okay, well, I'll do that right there, and then later on, I'll have like an entire 30-hour period where I sit here and try to fix this. Because of the giant mess that I'm making still, we need way more money. Like, we are not... Oh, we're low on organic food? I can fix that. That's easy peasy lemon squeezy. I mean, I could just make these factories more efficient, but that would require me to basically rewire this entire area. And so I'm thinking, because we're in the middle of a series, it might be more efficient for me just to ignore this and just build my other areas better. I mean, yeah, I could sit around for a while trying to get this all into the shape that I want it to be, but I think that would eat up far too much episodic space. And I can't move you around. I can, however, move you, sir. And then I guess the way we would want to do that is to keep like a little space in there. How big are the mods? Like if I wanted to go in on some... No. Oh, those are hella big. Oh my god. Those are enormous. Is it more efficient so it doubles the productivity almost? But it also makes the size way larger. Like, oh my god, that's a lot. Okay, so for these, I have no idea what the most efficient way to do this is going to be. That isn't what I wanted. I wanted this right here. Actually, we could try and do it down here since this is going to be a dead end anyways. Nope, that's not what I wanted either. We'll take this, and I can put in a field right there. Which is pretty much exactly what I'm going to do. Wait, how come... Oh, I can attach the fields to each other? Oh, that's kind of cool.
Don't tell me you're back and dying.
Well, I'm not back and dying. I'm just trying to get this done right now. And then an energy accumulator would be kind of dope, too. Just to make it a little bit more energy efficient, considering like how much boo shit I'm doing up in here. And so that's going to be off by 640% productivity. It's growing so much rice right now. The rice is just flying out of the earth into the air, exploding around like popcorn, like whee! Okay. So that was pretty cool. I don't know if we still have a shortage. I don't know if it's more efficient just to make a new one of these, because how much like does each one of these give me? It gives me 5. And so each one of these right here... That gives me 32. Wow, that's really, really efficient. Okay. And since those don't need to be attached to anything, I think I might be able to... I don't know, maybe do something crafty over here. It might be a little uggles, but for right now, it actually seems to make the place a lot more efficient, so whatever. Make it rain! We need $50,000 to move to the next map, and I didn't even notice till just now. And then I'll probably go... We have plenty of workforce, so I'm not worried about that. Logistical maintenance is probably a smart idea too. So I'll probably go in on that real fast. Cool. And so now it actually uses a lot less. You see little trucks right here? It evened out the amount of trucks that it had to use in order to move things around, which is going to save us a whole bunch of these little depots over here that I've been building. We only have a couple of them anyways. It's not that big of a deal, but I do think that there's something to be had here. There's actually perfect ways to build these. I remember from the last Anno game, like every single structure, I had 4 or 5 of them memorized where there was like a perfect layout that you could do where it wouldn't eat up like a ton of space and you wouldn't have gaps like that right there. Don't remember what they were at this point, and I'm pretty sure they were probably fairly similar, but or unfairly similar. I don't really care how they play the game. I'm probably just going to put in... Oh, I could have put it in like that? Well... I mean, obviously, these are never going to get like upgraded, but I'm just trying to use up electricity right now so that I can work on that. And also, have enough FUD so that I can make a few more subdivisions here and get rich.
Sorry, you must...
It's kind of weird how this works out, how nothing lines up for me, isn't it? Just like, what you gonna do? I will more than likely go in like so.
Got some work for me.
Let's say if I start from over here, where does that put me? Nowhere that I want to be. Okay. Can you make these any better? Oh, you can. They have little modules. So we can go productivity plus maintenance costs. I don't think I want to raise my maintenance costs right now. A financial calculator. We've got workforce maintenance. So you can actually make these a lot more efficient. How big are these little thingamadoobies that I can drop all over the place? Pretty large. So that means that I'd probably want to take this guy. Maybe move it around somewhere. Something like that would be acceptable for right now. And then I'll play around with land space in just a little bit. I kind of get the feeling maybe I should clear some of this little space out too, since that's what I was planning on doing anyways. And then I might be able to bulldoze a whole bunch of that and make this just a tiny bit more functional. Maybe. We'll see. Give me a street right there. Cool. And then in order to upgrade, I think it cost me money, but we should make the money back at one point or another. So we got an upgrade right there. These guys don't have access to wireless, and so they're a little bit grumpy. That's okay, I get grumpy too. Comcast cut my internet for like 5 days a while back, and it was just the most obnoxious shit ever. It was like a total blackout. Like I think like a truck ran into a pole or something. Or honestly, they're building an Amtrak station right by here, so my guess is what happened is that Caltrans probably drilled into a fiber optic cable or something, and bim bam bomb, welcome to life. Hey, we got new buildings available, so that'll be pretty cool. I like new buildings. I am, however, going to have to increase our wireless thingamadoobies. I guess I could...
Like work is following me home now.
Does this thing have... Oh, it doesn't. Okay, so that one doesn't have any of the little modules you can add on, so that's one less worry, I suppose. That sort of fits right there. Sure, why not? Go forth, Infodrome.
Congratulations on your first taste of success.
How do you know that was my first taste of success? I'll have you know, I got 9th place in the 4th grade spelling bee, okay? There was like 10 kids in that competition, and I think I did pretty well.
analyzed your performance. Not bad, but nothing beats innovation.
She pities me? Why is she... Because her company bypassed mine? I'm just chilling right now. Why is she so angry? Why you gotta turn this into a competition? I'm making money. You're making money. Why can't we all just get along? Wow, where did all that money come from? Oh my god. Okay, cool. We got a bunch of cash right now. Well, let me... Did she give me a bunch of money because she pities me? I don't know. Either way, things are growing over there. We've got pretty good capital to get started with a new place, so let's go ahead and do this thing. Back to Akia Flows we go. And so now I gotta claim this area.
The acquisition of this island, you earned the mining. Their directives are strict, but you should adhere to them while building up your basic infrastructure. The heating standards alone will be a challenge.
Little odd. I think my game like almost just crashed right there when I built this building. I'm not really totally sure. So we have 50 logistical supply. I assume that we probably just want to do the same shit that we did before over here, right? Just do it a little better. What kind of buildings we got going on? And so it looks like we have Arctic dwellings. We've got snow roads. That's pretty cool. And so I figure we'll probably just start expanding out from here, right? Let's take this little road right here. And can we just go that way? Oh, we can. Cool. So let's go that way. Spend a little bit of cash. It's okay, because we're going to start making money pretty soon, too. It's going to be all right. Take that out that way. That's looking pretty sexy to me. We got 2 quarries over here. Not going to use those just yet. Got a quarry over there.
Here and only here.
I will. Don't worry. I'm following your super crazy rules so that I don't melt the earth on accident. Although that would be a pretty cool thing to attach to your supervillain resume. Melted the goddamn earth. That's what you get. That's what happens when you let an idiot like me have control of like large populations of people. That's why I know that I should never run for office. I just let it go. I'd be like, this is a thing that I do not aspire to. Okay, so it's actually pretty simple. I just needed to move all of these inside the little radii thing. That's cool, and then it expanded my options. And so anyways, I'm just going to edit it all out, so it's all good. But we're low on vitamin drinks here. Do they like vitamin drinks? Oh, look, they're on the juice too. Got plenty of canned food, though. I bought a bunch this trading post over, not here. There's a trading post like here. There it is. You can click on this and you can buy stuff you need from him just in case you run out.
So what's the deal then?
So like you can grab like 20 of those right there. And it doesn't even actually cost that much money. In fact, we should be very, very much positive after this. How are you not inside the radius? Well, that's disappointing. Be like, please let me inside the radius. Geometrical advantage, I desire thee. There we go. And so inside we go. Probably can't fit too much more over there. I've actually started, so now that the game is actually officially released, from here on in, you may see me start to be a little bit more efficient about the way that I build things because now I can look up blueprints and stuff like that. So we've got a cannery. We can create our own cannery row. Where do we put that at? Oh, it's got a heat radius. Okay. Let's play with this for a second. So let's assume that I drop a cannery right there. And let's say that I just want it to be really, really, really... It needs petrochemicals. See, because what I was going to do is I think the modules will expand this radius too. And so if I take the radius, I could actually take the modules all the way back behind this, and I could just do a big row so that I could continue putting in houses without having to mess with my infrastructure or anything. So, you'd think it would be more efficient just to heat the inside of the houses instead of, you know, heating this entire area. But hey, what do I know? I mean, that's fine. That's cool. So we got accumulator units and we got storage depots as usual. Workforce maintenance minus 20%. That's going to be little, though. I don't think that's going to help very much. But if we go in on, say, that right there, yeah, see, that actually increases our little radius. And so what I would do here is I would take this and I would space it so that I could go with a road from right here, maybe? Nope, not you. Stop. I think this will work, though. And let's say that I put in access to a road right there. Might be easier just to do it like this first so I can get everything lined up. Let's say that I run that down that way. Then what I would want to do is how do I get the fuels? So we need petrochemicals. I don't have those available at the trading post, so I assume we're probably able to produce those from somewhere in here. Fishing harbor, it'll create a fishing site. That's a canned food. I mean, the canned food thing is fine. Does this not have... Oh, input goods are this. Okay, so it needs a fishery place. We're going to need a fishery do on that side.
Real fish in my life. The polar regions are the only places on Earth where you can still find it in harvestable quantities.
Yeah, that's actually... I think that's closer to home than most people realize. Like, 60% of all the biota in the ocean are, like, dead. Like, I don't think a lot of people realize that. Like, we are on, like, a crash course right now for a very, very rude awakening when there's nothing. It's the overcatch that's the problem. A lot of the boats, they use these things called, well, they're like trawler nets, but they drag them. And they catch all kinds of shit that they don't need to catch. And then instead of throwing it all back, they just let it all drown and die. And so the overcatch causes a huge amount of problems. So we've got this right here. That cannery is going to work just fine. I wish that I could lay out blueprints for these. And once I laid out the blueprints for these... Like, it wouldn't actually build them, but it would be like a placeholder so that I knew where I wanted things to go later on. What do we have going on here? We got to produce metal foam. Okay, well... Metal foam away. And what does that do? What is this right here? That is an aluminum mine. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's the thing that creates it. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha covered. I grabbed the wrong thing here. Alright, so we'll drag this on back and maybe we'll saddle you on down right there. I'm going to move those around in just a minute, but this actually does not need to exist right now. It needed to exist after I do the aluminium mine. And there it is. Have you ever wondered why Americans say aluminum and everybody else says aluminium? It's because back in the 1800s...
Fine, your settlement seems to follow our regulations well enough. You are permitted to continue the expansion of your spaceport within reasonable limits.
Huzzah!
Well, that's exactly what's on the agenda right now. The Orbital Watch is still threatening the Union trade routes. You have to establish your own shipping docks at the spaceport.
Can I make this more efficient with more accumulators and whatnot? We need petrochemicals for, like, everything.
As long as it's...
Where do I get the petrochemicals from? Is that, like, as an operator bonus? Or what do we have going on here? We got geothermal turbines. And so, obviously, those are going to be pretty useful. Do we not want these to overlap? Requires a mountain building site. Oh! So you can actually, okay, so you can use the geothermal like so. Well, if that's going to be one of the only ways we can get power here, because it looks like we don't have any other turbines or anything of that nature. Let's go ahead and give that a go right there. And yeah, that's fine by me, whatever. That gives our workforce a little bit of a fall off, so we're probably going to have to go in, drop a few more little settlements in on each side, just so we can have the workforce we need in order to get shit done. I don't think that's the best spot for me to put anything right now. So I'm going to kind of wait on this and just see what happens. That guy's actually out in the cold right now, literally, huh? So their entire person has to be inside the little warm zone. Otherwise, they won't occupy the area. All right, that's fine. Wow.
Staff shortage, slowing down production.
My surplus vanished in a heartbeat. I had like a 2,000 surplus. This thing must be expensive over here. 600, 300, 200... 50.
Come on in.
So where did my 2,500 go? That puts me down to 17. But I've got like 1,000 missing right now that I'm being costed. Did something happen on my other location? Something must have happened in my other location. I don't want to jump out and look at it either. So, I am waiting on... Oh, I need more peeps. Alright. It's like Easter all over again. Peeps everywhere. There we go. Let's keep the workforce banging it on up. It looks like everything requires petrochemicals to make this more efficient. And so in order to get my hands on petrochemicals, we're going to have to figure this out somewhere. There's a molybdenum mine. There's a neuromodule mine, or factory, whatever, a community center. It requires 50 people, though, in order to get that one. And so I'm thinking the best way I could actually...
Settlement is growing at a steady pace. The staff requirements for your spaceport's shipping docks should be met by now.
Okay. That sounds all fine and doodly dandy. But I am moving things around at the moment. It's actually a little less efficient. Don't worry. These aren't going to be permanent placements. I'm just kind of moving things around temporarily right now. God, it sucks that they can't get like partial right there. Essentially, I'm just trying to keep things... That one doesn't count either, huh? But it's just that little tiny tip right there. Ugh. Always the tip getting me in trouble. Alright, well... I guess I'm gonna have to retrofit later on, I guess, because as of right now, I don't really like what we have going on. But I'm sort of just like stuck for right now, given the limitations that they've given me. The petrochemicals that we need to get everything moving are kind of jamming me up at the moment. And so that gives us space to put them in. What did it want next? We needed produce metal foam, upgrade your spaceport with icebreaker docks. So we got to go over here.
The climate. Earth's barely healed wound. Let's see what happens when I braid it.
Warning. Climate stabilizer network producing weather anomalies. External manipulation detected.
Systems not responding. Stabilization values approaching critical level. They have the whole climate stabilizer network under their control. You are responsible for this. It's the lunar licensing program that brought those terrorists here. Consider our support suspended, and keep out of our affairs.
Yes, that's the way to deal with terrorists. Just let them have what they want by cooperating.
Don't listen to him. Man, we got nothing to counter these attacks.
Jorgensen is right. We have to interfere, official admission or not. Enact a hacking counterattack against the Orbital Watch's jamming stations. Or destroy them, if you must.
Hell yeah, let's kill these dudes. Let's go. Nah, forget all that passive stuff. You attack me, we come right at you. Like a bullet. A well-aimed bullet. That's the important part. If you come at somebody like a bullet, but it's a poorly aimed bullet, then what are you going to do? I'll see you on the next episode of this Anno 2205. Hi-do, everybody.